Welcome into Double T Insider. I'm Robert Giovanetti. A big weekend for the number 8 Texas Tech Red Raider baseball team as they took 2 of 3 against number 10 TCU. After giving up 6 runs in the first inning, the Red Raiders were unable to come back on Friday night in the opener, but Saturday's matchup was a back and forth all day long until Cal Conley hit the Red Raiders' lone home run of the day for the walk-off in the bottom of the 10th inning, and then Sunday's game was all Red Raiders. Jace Young hit his first of 3 home runs in the first. Tech would add 7 more runs through 5 innings and blew the game wide open in the 6th, scoring 9 runs, capped off by Young and Stillwell hitting back-to-back bombs, and Young getting another one in that same inning. Track and field held their first outdoor meet of the season. Ruth Usoro continues to impress as she took first place in the long jump and the triple jump. Her triple jump of 14.5 meters is the top distance in the NCAA this year and the 3rd highest mark in NCAA history. Football, meanwhile, is hosting their spring game this Saturday at Jones AT&T Stadium. We'll have live music, an equipment garage sale, and of course a chance to see your Red Raiders in action. When we come back, we'll get a preview of the game from head coach Matt Wells. Stay with us here on Double T Insider. Double T Insider is sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods and outdoor retailer of the Big 12 Conference. Welcome back to Double T Insider. Robert Giovanetti, now joined by Texas Tech head football coach Matt Wells, and it's a big week because spring football is wrapping up, and that means the spring game on Saturday. Coach, how you feel about what you saw this spring from your guys?
It's been good. 12 practices in. We need to have another 2 good ones before Saturday, but this bunch has really been, I think, intent on self-improvement. They've allowed us to coach them hard. I think they know how to practice now. We're actually getting into where we can really practice really good against each other. It's taken a couple years to get to that point, but a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. Still a lot of work to go, but 12 days in so far, I'm happy with what we see so far.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit Saturday. I thought obviously you could see just the size looks different on these guys, but great energy, great enthusiasm too on the field.
Yeah, that's one thing. Just the power of touch with something we've talked about, high fiving, chest bumping, 2 units, offense and defense playing together. Eventually we'll come together and be Red Raiders as we get into August. But right now, it's huge in competition, and these guys are competitive. They brought it every day, and I don't think we can sit here and we talked about this in staff meeting today. I don't think I can sit there and say there's one day we cashed it in, we traded time for money, and we have gotten something out of every day, and it's been good.
Yeah, I know we can't go back, and we've all talked ad nauseum about COVID, but this could have been kind of your COVID last year. The improvements you made, we could have been a year ago if we hadn't been knocked out like that.
Yeah, I mean, we all recognize everybody had to play, by the same set of rules, if you will. But, COVID came at a bad time for this program, really, because of, when we got in here, we had so much work to do. And the off season, the development, the accountability that needed to be stressed into our team. We just weren't able to, and going to be no excuses. We've never given that, but it certainly didn't come at a good time.
Right.
And this, in so many ways, this feels like second spring, really, because the first year it seemed like we were so far behind and just trying to teach all those things that I just mentioned. But anyway, we're where we're at right now, and I'm glad we've gone through what we've had to go through, and we've gone through some hard lessons and some hard times, and we certainly we got more work to do, but I am excited about where we're at.
Saturday spring game, Fan Fest starts at 11:30. What can fans expect when they come out at 1?
Yeah, Saturday, still sorting through exactly what Saturday is going to look like, just from our injury situation, and a lot of veterans that we're trying to kind of limit their reps in terms of live reps. We've had a lot of live reps so far. So maybe anticipating at least about a half of a game But then we'll do a lot of, if we end up doing that, we're going to end up doing a lot of one-on-one situations, highlight certain positions. I think it'll be fun. I think they'll enjoy what they see, and it'll be high energy. Our players will be into it. And so certainly come on out and support these guys and watch them.
Free, no reason to stay home, and no baseball to compete against. Speaking of baseball, when we come back, we'll talk to Jace Young. You were a good baseball player. You ever have 3 home runs in a game like Jace?
Never. No. And the one I saw, the one he hit Friday night was dang near check swing.
Right.
He's hot right now. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Good luck this week's spring game. Hope again everybody come out and see.
Come on out and watch us.
The Red Raiders. When we come back, we'll be joined by Jace Young. Double T Insider is sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Register for your chance to win an autographed Coach Tim Tadlock baseball by visiting RedRaidersContest.com. This exclusive offer is brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Texas Tech Athletics.
This season, Texas Tech is switching to all mobile ticketing. That's right. Season tickets, mini plans, and single game tickets for all Texas Tech football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and baseball events are now mobile. So what does this mean for you? Convenience. Because your tickets will be stored on your mobile device, you no longer need to worry about receiving or printing physical copies of your tickets. This new process eliminates the need to coordinate meeting times for ticket distribution by allowing you the flexibility of easily transferring your tickets from your mobile device to the personal device of friends or family. So arriving to the game at different times is no longer a problem. Eliminating the costs of printing physical tickets allows us to put more resources into enhancing both the student-athlete and fan experience. Prior to arriving to the stadium on game day, be sure to check your Apple Passbook or Google Pay and confirm tickets have been added. On game days, all you'll need is your phone, your physical parking pass, and of course that Raider Power Spirit. If you have any questions, feel free to contact support in the Texas Tech ticket office at 806-742-TECH or visit texastech.com/mobile ticketing.
Sunfield in particular. Jace Young gives one a ride in the same direction. They're drifting back, and this ballpark may not hold it.
The lazily arriving trail runner.
All right, while you're talking about that, Jace Young can wave goodbye. That's his second home run of the day. RBIs as well. Boy, and he's just hit a 3rd home run. Towering fly ball to right field. Looks like it's going to go over the line standard, and it's long gone.
Hello, and welcome back to Double T Insider. I'm your host, Robert Giovanetti. We're now pleased to be joined by Texas Tech, hard to believe, freshman Jace Young. And Jace, what a weekend for you guys against TCU. You lose Friday night, but come back and win on Saturday and Sunday. How huge was that series for you guys?
Yes, sir. It was a great win. Glad that we got out in front on Saturday and Sunday really early. Kind of helped us build the momentum. Friday we got down early. It was tough to battle back after a 6th spot, but glad we got ahead early Saturday, Sunday, which kept the momentum going, kept the dugout going, and everything was rolling.
3 home runs on Sunday. Typically, I'd say, have you ever had 3 home runs in a game? But you just did it the week before against Kansas State. So how about this? 2 home runs in the same inning. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, actually, I did at Kansas State last week.
You get 2 in the same inning against Kansas? All right.
last
Before, okay. How about before the season? Have you ever done that before?
No, never.
What's up with the power surge from you? Is this something that when we were talking about you and how you're going to be, what kind of player you're going to be, I never heard like just a huge power guy, but you've got some big power numbers this year.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, I've always, like me and Josh, we used to compete home runs, like who's gonna hit the most home runs in BP today, and I would get some out and he'd get some out, and we most likely always tie, or he'd beat me by 1 or I'd beat him by 1. It's just bragging rights. So like we've worked on it like all of our lives because we're just competitive, and I think that's just turning into the games now.
Josh Young, of course, your older brother, who's now part of the Texas Rangers organization. You have 15 home runs right now in this season. Do you know how many the most Josh ever had in a season at Texas Tech?
15.
15. So here you are, 29 games in. You've already tied his high. That kind of thing still spur you a little bit, like you said, your competitiveness?
Yes, sir. I'm not finished, and I just want to keep going and helping this team win.
I was talking to you before about the Sunday game against TCU. Your emotion, both those home runs in that 6th inning. For you, was it like just a big rival? And tell us through your emotions in that 6th inning.
I like to really get the dugout upbeat, and I think just coming in with that energy just gets everybody else going. and the rallies start going. And after I got that home run in I think the 6th, and you could just tell the demeanor in that dugout. We just gave up a 4 spot, come back, I hit a bomb, and then just the rest of the lineup just great at bat after great at bat, and it's just rolling. And then we put up an 8 spot or 9 spot, and it just kept everybody else going, and it was awesome.
Do you know at that time, are you aware in that time there's a 10-run rule?
I had no clue. I was running up the field. I thought we had to keep playing.
So I just want to go through these numbers. You're first in the Big 12 in home runs, RBI, total bases, and slugging percentage, second in on-base percentage, third in average in hits. And you said, hey, I'm not done yet. So how could you get better?
Just sticking to my plan and being where my feet are, and just getting the right pitch and moving on the right pitch. Like Tadlock always says, you got to get your pitch every time you go up there, and you got to be aggressive. Being not aggressive is not good at the plate, and I kind of went through that last year, not being aggressive as much, and this year I've really changed and trying to be more aggressive at the plate, and just listening to Tadlock and all the coaches, whatever they have to say to me, I listen and just try to get better every day.
Do you feel like last year you guys kind of got that season stolen from you? A lot of expectations on that last year team, and now you get a chance to make that up?
Yes, sir. There's so many expectations, and I think it's a tough expectation, but I think we're living up to it right now.
You call Josh after a game like yesterday? Does he call you? How's that work?
Yeah, he called me after the game yesterday and just was like congratulating me and telling me I did a good job, and just, you're not that good yet. And I was like, no, I'm not. Just got to keep working and grinding.
All right, Jace. Thanks for being here today. Congratulations on the
sir.
big win. All right, Red Raiders take 2 of 3 from TCU. When we come back, we'll talk about what's on the schedule this week in Texas Tech athletics. Double T Insider is sponsored by Covenant Health. Every moment matters. Covenant Medical Group has 5 convenient urgent care locations in Lubbock, including 1 just for kids. Visit covenanthealthcare.org/urgent care to find an urgent care clinic near you.
At Texas Tech, innovation is at our core. Grit and determination drive our ambition. Art and culture spur our creativity. We're a community that makes Texas and the world a better place. We're a university where our accomplishments are many, our achievements are global, and our victories are glorious. Texas Tech University. From here, it's possible.
We are more than athletes. Being able to come together and play soccer just eliminates bad ideas about being different from somebody. You're allowed to express yourself through soccer and understand that you may be a lot more similar to somebody than you think. We want to create scholarships and funding for people and just make it easier for people to be able to enjoy the sport of soccer and get to come to camp. Being able to be around people who are different from you can help you so much be successful even outside of sports. My name is Jade King, and I am more than a soccer player.
Welcome back to Double T Insider. I'm Robert Giovanetti. Well, a big week coming up in Texas Tech athletics. We mentioned it earlier. Starts with the spring game on Saturday, 11:30 a.m. for the Fan Fest, and the game will follow at 1 o'clock. The Texas Tech baseball team on the road at West Virginia. That'll be Friday at 5:30, Saturday at 3 o'clock, Sunday at 12 noon. You can see all of those on ESPN Plus and Big 12 Now. Texas Tech softball will head to Kansas this weekend. 3 games, Friday at 6, Saturday at 2, and then the finale at Sunday at noon. Meanwhile, the Texas Tech men's tennis team will take on 2 Big 12 opponents this weekend. TCU on Friday. That'll start on Friday at 5 o'clock. And then on Sunday, they will host Texas. That'll be an 11 a.m. start against Texas. Meanwhile, the women's tennis team will host Texas on Friday at 2 o'clock, and then they'll host Baylor on Sunday at 2 o'clock. So a big weekend of Texas Tech athletics. Go on to our website, texastech.com, for more information. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Double T Insider. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next week, I'm Robert Giovanetti. Double T Insider is brought to you in part by Wells Fargo, proud sponsor of Texas Tech athletics.